shits and gigs here. Why don't we shame women as much as we shame men for having sex toys?
And I would not feel comfortable knowing that I've got a torso in my wardrobe at home.
Cause you know I'm trying to change. If I ever took a loss, charge it to the game. When we see guys, we don't.
And we're back, three at the back.
Is everything recording? Yeah,
we're in. How's it going, bro?
I was laughing at Ron getting hacked.
Ron got hacked.
I don't know what dodgy links you're clicking.
Ron's on Yash and he click link. They got him.
They said free OnlyFans.
What Ron said was funny. Said every time I get back in, the other girl will kick me back out. It's your page, bro. Get your page back.
I said, man, how they kick you out your room?
It's changed. The funniest part was a message. Do you want your page back?
No, that's insulting. Those are fighting words. What do you like? If you want to take my page, take it, but don't text me. Do I want it back?
Oh man. Do you know, I almost clicked the link because it was from Ron. Then I read it again. I was like, why is this nigga sending? I'm not clicking this.
But you know what alarm bells were ringing for me. I was seeing charging messages from our group chat pop in. So somebody that's chatting to us in the group chat isn't going to text me and say, hi there.
Have you ever been hacked?
No.
I got one. Tell me about this.
The closest I got hacked was back when niggas were raping people. Yeah. So like they'll go into a thing and they'll start posting dicks and all this random shit.
I love cock.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gay. I love cock. Give it to me. Just like, bro, move, man.
In 2020, I just own it. I'm like, yeah, man. I'll just own it, man.
Yeah, but that's the closest thing that I've had to be.
Oh yeah, the frapes was what we were called back in the days.
Yeah, which is a wild word for it.
Yeah. Anyways, we're here. We are charged to the game. This is the podcast with the highest level analysis the culture needs.
Skirt.
I'm Uncle Jay, but you want to call me Jordan, and I'm here with.
You know, she goes her voice big Disney with the Midas touching that.
How's it going, bro? How you been?
Bro, I'm tired, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's. You know what it is? I'm tired of moaning about being tired, so I'm just gonna go through it because I think people are sick of hearing me tired about moaning about being tired. So I just move and.
But you know what? I'm cool. Yeah, that's what.
You know that I actually wanted to ask. This a month ago now. We started the new year. Mm-hmm. When the year started, I remember we did that episode. You said, "Hey, this is the year. I'm gonna put work in. The effort I'm gonna put on the podcast. I'm gonna put into my life." Give us an update. How's that been going,
bro? Just be happy to see me. Mine's just been surviving, bro. All jokes aside, I've just been surviving, man. I'm just trying to get up, just do what needs to be done. Like,
I remember I was laughing. I was saying, "Oh, it's only 8 days into January." Now it's like 6 weeks in, and I'm like, "Yo, I need to get a grasp." Of things again.
And it feels like it's been so hard to get a grasp of things because recently, it just feels like it's just not even recently because it's been happening for a while, but it just feels like it's one thing after another thing. Like even like I was saying on the last episode with my car, because the plan is fix the car, put it through NCT, sell the car. Yeah. I bought the engine months ago, so the engine's just been sitting there, just waiting for this nigga to put it in. Now it's like every minute something else is coming up. So get there, engine needs to be fixed, calm. It's telling me clutch needs to be fixed, calm. Needs a new battery. Okay, what's called? I was just gonna go in there, put the car through the car wash, hoover it, all that stuff. Can't do that. Yeah. They decided the car needs to be valeted. Have to do that. What's called? The fucking heater isn't working. Have to do that. What's called? They put me on I was trying to get NCT. Why is NCT telling me the next available date is the 4th of May?
Brother, they tried to do that to me, but my mom had a hookup.
That's crazy that it's your mom that had the hookup to the NCT center.
There was one Congolese uncle works there. He says, text this guy. Mm-hmm. Literally, he says, when do you want to come in? I said, what? He says, I have a spot for you. Say this is Thursday. He says, I have a spot for you. I'm off Monday, but Tuesday you can bring your car. I was like, all right. I went in. Do you know when people do like the pre-prep and all that stuff? I said, if Tuesday is the available day, let me just go in. Drove it in. Passed first time, 2 years. After this year, I'm selling that car. I'm selling while the NCT is still strong on there. But just even on that adulthood thing, I tweeted it one day. I understand why people do coke. I get it. It's a law. Now, like that. I don't know if you've seen Drewski, that skit where he's in work and he's actually having fun with his work wife. They're twerking and everything, and then his actual wife picks him up. It's a skit, and his actual wife picks him up in the car, 2 kids, and he has to go back to his real life, and he's pissed. He's like, get in the back of the car. I'm like, I hear it. Because he has 2 kids to look after, he has car payments, he has mortgage, and this is his actual reality. Yeah. The escape is when he's in there for 8 hours with this good-looking woman, and he gets to flirt a little bit. So I'm like, no, I get why these adults I get first. I'm a Sandboy worker first. I'm prevalent.
I get it.
Second, I get why people do coke.
Well, okay. I'm gonna get to my last point.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, you know what life needs? Life needs a pause button. Like I don't need a day off.
Yeah.
Because with a day off, someone can still call you. Life is still happening, and then you also with your day off, you're thinking about all the other things you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I need a thing that just lets me pause it when nothing's happening. It's still the same day, still the same hour. I just have a second to just be like,
Yeah.
and then go back.
Because holidays is holidays a pause when you go abroad, but you still have to come back and deal with the shit.
Life's still going on.
But sometimes it feels like it's not though.
Yeah, that's but that's because you're ignoring it.
The start of the holiday, when you get to like those last 2 days, you're like, "Fuck me."
Yeah, that's
I gotta
because
go back
like
and deal with the reality.
once I'm thinking about I have to check in. Once I'm thinking about I have to check in for my flight. Holidays done, bro.
And then I think about what time is the taxi coming? What time is this? What time are we checking out the hotel? What time
Do you
we
know
checking
what I'm saying? Oh, we need to be there at this time. Is there going to be traffic? Fuck all that, man. Also, speaking of holidays, do you have anything booked?
Yeah, I'm going to my friend's wedding. It's pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, actually, how do you feel about going night?
I don't feel anything. I feel like it's my opportunity to catch up and rest and sleep. Like that's only. I honestly don't feel anything. I'm looking forward to it for his wedding, but at the same time, it's like I'm going to the embassy soon, so people told me to write off that day.
Yeah.
Just kind of in that. But other than that, I think we have plans. Then my mother-in-law's 60th is at the end of the year. Probably do some then, and then maybe another our first family holiday as well, sometime this year.
Oh, first time holiday. Where you
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
somewhere
Portugal
in
or
Europe, somewhere like within a 1 hour, 2 hour flight. I don't know. Like I don't want to do too long of a flight with
doing a long ass flight with a
youth. It's just too much. Maybe, but next year he'll be like maybe around 1.5. Maybe I'll go to like Dubai. Dubai is probably the most ideal place to go with a youth. It's caters to everybody.
Everything's family friendly and shit like
It
that.
caters to everything. If you want to be an Insta body, it's Insta body friendly as well. So it just caters to everything. What about you? You doing anything?
What's called? One of the boys get married in Morocco,
Okay.
and I think we're going somewhere for a stag.
For a stag as well.
Yeah.
I think we're doing a stag while we're in
Oh yeah, that makes
Lagos
sense.
because we're going to I think his home village. Shout out Morris, man. Morris
No,
loves the pod.
what's called because he lives out in Canada, so
Oh, okay.
so I think they're doing court stuff
Yeah.
in and around the stag. So it's like while they're on this side of the country, side of the world, do whatever we need to do. All that shit happens. But to be fair, I don't know. Recently, I feel like I just haven't really been thinking about like holidays and stuff like that.
I'm the same.
But do you feel? I know everybody feels like they need a holiday, but do you feel like you urgently need one?
Not right now. I don't need a holiday, no, because I feel like last year I got better and I went to like Dubai and by the end of the year and all that. So I think, I don't think I need a holiday. And I'm not even looking at this trip as a holiday per se. I'm looking at it as like a mission. We're going there for a purpose. I'm not really going there for like relaxation because I know obviously with African weddings, there's a lot of traditional things that you probably have to attend to or do. And it's in a country where also I might not feel the safest. Like just because you hear all these news and people like sharing stuff, all the Nairas at this price, probably. So because my mind is already like, this might be a different kind of vibe. I don't know, but it's funny because it's all about marketing. When we go to Asia or these places in Asia, we probably have the same poverty, the same. We just feel like, oh yeah, but it's Bali. The aesthetics are nicer. This is because I got it from Temi. I think Fred's wife got him a ticket to Barbados for their for their birthday or whatever their anniversary. She got him a ticket to Barbados. Temi was like, "Would I go the same if you got her a ticket to Lagos because she's from Barbados?" But it's like, no, it's she just got your ticket back home. But because of marketing and branding, it works better for them. So, are you looking forward to any holidays?
Honestly, I don't really have anything planned. Like I said, I haven't really been focused on shit that has been far. Like I'm low key joking, but not joking. Like I've been just trying to survive, bro. Like I haven't really been thinking about I want to go do this and I want to go do this. I've just been more let me just try and sort out my
Week
day
by
today.
week, yeah.
What about you? I remember you were talking about it was imbalanced in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Trying to get a hold of everything. How are you feeling about it now?
Yeah, I think like it was a lot taken on. Like again, I've talked about this. If it was up to me, I would have stayed in my previous company at least for another year while I settle this life. Because the devil, you know the system, you know the way you work around it. So, but changing roles and now house finna it was then not your sleep pattern is off. Because people say, oh, your life changes so drastically. Your life does, I'm sure, but because of the life I was living, it didn't change like so drastically. I wasn't like going out. I wasn't doing this
Yeah,
or this. I was in the crib most of the time. Now I'm in the crib with a youth.
It didn't slow you down.
Yeah, it's a subtle change, not like the people something like having a baby alters, like really puts stuff. So I did struggle mentally for a while. I think even my missus was texting you to tell you like yo, he's struggling a bit right now because with the pod and we're coming back into a new year, we want to step it up a level. And then we're at work. I'm new here. I don't know anything, so I want to prove myself at work. And then at home, have a youth. I don't want to leave everything to her. I want to prove myself here. So
Do you still go into work trying to prove yourself?
not this one. This one I don't care. I don't know who's watching it. Well, I'm, like on Monday, I'm going into the meeting. I'm telling them like your ways of working are shit. It's not efficient that I'm standing here with this guy watching him work, and then you're asking me why is all the shit not getting done. I'm like, fuck this, man.
Yeah,
like
he's
I
a
don't
grown-ass
prepare
man.
myself anymore. Yeah, exactly. So,
Why am I babysitting you? Like,
and which is why I was like, I didn't sign up for this. You can't give me a senior role, and I'm standing next to someone as they work. Like, makes no sense. So I don't have that in me anymore to go like, oh, because Morris was asking me, it's like, now that you have a youth, do you have this thing that like, oh, I want to work hard and prove myself? Like, nope. I couldn't care less. But I'll never feel like that about a corporate gig. I don't like. I'm not passionate about anything corporate. But I think I'm finding, like, to answer your question, I think now I'm starting to find the balance a bit better. It takes time, and I had to give myself grace. I'm like 3 months in, and I'm kind of like, okay, it's better now.
yeah, what's called? Because we touched on it on the last episode, but I didn't really. Are you a person that would look for revenge, like within any aspect or any realm? It doesn't have to be a relationship like the last episode.
I used to. I think during my first breakup, like that again, I've talked about it so many times. I just didn't, the emotions I was feeling, I didn't know what to do or how to handle it. And you try to exercise all different options to see what will make you feel better. And when I did it, and I was like, I just looked like a fool. Like whatever I was trying to pursue or to do, I just felt like I was looking stupid, and the other person, it didn't make me feel better. So I don't anymore. What about yourself?
I don't. I've never really been the most like, especially in terms of like, let's say relationship and shit like that. I've never really been the most revengey person.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of like, do you get what I'm saying?
What's it gonna do?
Yeah, but and also like, because like just the amount of times I've been on TikTok and I'm seeing, oh, she cheated on me, so I decided I'm gonna ruin her life, or he cheated on me, so I'm gonna ruin his life. I don't know if I have it in them to become that person towards you. Do you know what I'm saying? However, if it's up, we could run some revenge.
Because some of the TikTok stories I hear you, because some of the TikTok stories I hear it's like, that's not enough for me then to get revenge or seek what you did. But the stories I heard from, I think, Amanda on Where's Your Header, I can understand more why you felt revenge. Because she spent 6 years of trying to confront you and actually address the issue. And all you did was gaslight her, only for her to be right all along. I can understand someone saying, I'm taking your car back to fucking, you find your way home from Kerry. It's not even revenge to an extent, like saying like,
Yeah, because like,
or is that just a reaction to an emotion?
It is kind of, but sometimes some people are like, no, I'm gonna like. I remember hearing one that was like, oh, he found out that his wife was cheating, so he started like, so he contacted the lawyer, like everything behind her back, just kind of like building his case, and like kind of a situation. Then he sprung it on her, like I think it was a wedding or like one of these things, and he sprung it on her, and then he left. Or another person decided to change his whole life and get rid of everything, sell everything, kick her out, have nowhere to go, and all this kind of shit. I don't know if I can do that to somebody that I like. Granted, you hurt me, and like you might have really fucked up. Even I think it might come from also the fact of like, I did all of this for you and expecting something back, and I try to not do that because at the end of the day, you're only going to hurt yourself.
I think I get what you're saying. So that one sounds like a premeditated revenge is what like we're talking about.
Premeditated.
I can't do premeditated revenge and just keep going. Like, I'm an emotional person, so I think so. Someone asked me like, how do you want to be approached when something is not going right or when something is happening in your head? Like I speak, like I just talk it out. Like, I would just say what's in my head. Like, look, I'm struggling at work. I don't really like this job. I'll just say it. I just need to say it rather than just keep this in my head and not feel like I don't want to complain to anybody, because I'm an emotional person anyways. So once I let out that frustration then and there, I don't need to then build a case for a year. I can't. I'll just speak. I'll just say like, fuck you and leave it like that. So, speaking of cheating, that thing, I think I was watching something recently. It kind of made me understand cheating. Like,
Talk to me.
Maybe I look and get it just to an extent, to some level, because I always say, cheating is a young man's game. If you're below 25, don't cheat. But Like at that age, you hurt people get hurt. The older you get, the more people get invested, not just you. So if you're married now, you have kids, your kids are invested, your in-laws are invested, you're invested, your wife's invested, your life's invested, everything is tied.
Money, everything.
Everything is tied. So the implication of cheating on that situation is greater than in a uni student, just in general.
Yeah.
If you cheat in uni, trust issues, go to therapy.
You break up and maybe it might be awkward for a while while you walk
it
past
out.
each other, but it was cool.
Figure it out. But in terms of like, I was watching, I think, like a podcast, and they were talking about an affair. And when they were talking about it, and the people say, "Oh, just leave if you're not happy." But the woman was saying, like, "Look, I'm in a marriage where I have my whole life is here. My 2 kids, my husband, my car. We share a life, and I work together. And I've expressed to this man, there's 5% of my relationship, 10% here missing, and I've expressed it to you. It's like, look, we don't do enough date nights. We don't as intimate as you want to, and I continue to express this to you. Now, if I'm not getting it, people will say, "Oh, just leave if you're not giving me what you want." Not acknowledging you're leaving 90% of your actual life on the other side. So as a human, I can see how someone can rationalize, like, I've expressed this to so many times. Yes, I probably should leave, but am I going to leave these 2 kids for 10% that's missing? No. I'm going to compensate, because people say, leave the relationship. I'm like, I get it. Leave your marriage. But until you're in the situation where you had 2 kids and you feel like I've exercised all options and I've tried to come to you and you wouldn't satisfy me. And when this woman said it, after she actually ended up cheating and she explained to the husband, oh no, it was a movie. It's complicated. Yeah, the wife was the one that got cheated on. And then obviously they got divorced. She came to him after. She says, "You know what? I've always blamed you for cheating because you actually did the physical wrong. But I gave up on the marriage way before. When the kids came around, I gave up on the marriage. I stopped attending to your needs. And I knew it wasn't just as easy as you to leave your family because you really loved your kids. So you found another way to express it, right? Whether it be wrong." And it kind of made me look at it as like, I get it. You definitely should just leave if the relationship is lacking an aspect that you're missing. But the way, because she put it into perspective and she acknowledged, like, I know I gave up emotionally and mentally before you gave up even physically. But for some reason, it's like once the physical trust is gone, for the most part, that's when it's kind of like, yeah, the relationship has to be drawn. Whereas if it's the emotional, the mental, and the woman draws away, it's kind of like, oh, we don't have. You could tell your boys, oh, we don't have sex as much as you could. Then it's like gaslighting you. Well, you have 3 kids, but you feel like, then I can't express this. If I can't complain about this, as men, I need to find a solution for it. What's the solution?
But things, but like you can rationalize anything. Like,
yeah.
So because at the end of the day, like I can understand, like when you lay it out like that, you can understand why anything would happen. I can understand why someone would go out and kill somebody. I can understand why. You can understand not pretty much anything, but you can understand a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's one of those situations where cheating, I understand. Affairs is where it starts getting. Yeah, because
you're lacking the physical.
Well, if cheating and you fucked someone here, you fucked someone there, blah blah, grand. Well, like it's not great, but grand. And affair, you had to go start a whole new relationship. You're in a relationship.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Like you're in love with this person. Yeah. What's the point of having me here?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, granted, it makes life a bit messier, but you're not going for 10%. If you're having an affair, it's a lot more than 10%.
You're missing.
Like you're telling this person, oh, and the ones that I hate the most, the ones that I just don't understand the most, is when they're bitching about their partner to their affair partner as well. Like, yeah, I just can't wait for him to leave. He just does this. Bro, just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah. I only brought it up because since I watched that movie, I've never, like, you obviously see life through a certain lens when you're younger. You're like, if you're just unhappy, leave. Like, you think it's just that simple for people who are actually, their life is tied together with 3 kids. And maybe it helped me better understand because it came from a woman. Like, in the movie, it was Meryl Streep. She was saying it. And she was like, I gave up. And she was like, that's why I get that. You couldn't just leave your family and your kids. You had to go find what was missing. And I get it. It's like, maybe it's still not an excuse, don't get me wrong. But when she had to say it, because if a man said that, I'd be like, nigga, you're just looking for a fallback to fall. I was like, yeah, fair. Because even the 90s baby, on one of the clips, they were talking about, like, if your woman has an affair. And I think Tammy was kind of the one saying, well, we said for better, for worse, like, etc. He was kind of, like, if you watch the clip, he was the one rationalizing it because he's in the situation where this is his life. So he might actually be like, whereas Fred was like, yeah, you cheating has killed me. You cheating has killed me. So I was like, no, that's mad that you get older and you hear a perspective, and I'm kind of like, it's mad that she took accountability, realizing like he gave up on the relationship physically, but emotionally and mentally I checked out a long time ago, and eventually he just caught me where I was.
Yeah, like what's called, like for the most part, them situations there, like yeah, for the most part, it's like them situations there where you're going out to go start a whole ass affair.
Yeah.
It's usually more than one thing missing.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because like the thing is, he went out and one day one girl stuck it on him. He ended up fucking someone else. Blah 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 blah. You can't really you can not have to look at yourself and be like, bro, if you were just horny, you went out and you did some fuckery. Like, let's be for real.
Yeah.
For the most part, like there might be other situations that, yeah, she just haven't been giving me this feeling, whatever. But the thing is, everything could be okay at home, and and that girl that you met could still give you that feeling of like, all right,
and
she's
sometimes
ugly.
you don't know that. That's a very good point. Because sometimes you won't even know that you get that feeling until that person makes you feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could think everything is fine. Like they always say, oh, everything's a boss in the room until a boss walks in the room.
But the thing is,
get that feeling.
everything could be fine.
Yeah.
And then still, but like, cause the thing is, it's never gonna be like I always tell people. Even if you love the same, if you love two different people the same amount, it's not going to look the same.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? The feelings that you get from each person is not going to be the same kind of a situation. So it's kind of like sometimes it's just the fact that it's somebody. She could damn near say the exact same words, and it's just somebody new,
fresh and new.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a friend of mine actually asked me this week, and they were like saying like, so they were talking to me, it's like because they're still dating, and they're like, oh, the thing about dating is it's like there's always freshness, excitement, new feelings, etc. And then she was asking me, how did you then decide to like you I'll never have a feeling of a romantic first date, a feeling of a first kiss, and she's like, oh, whereas I still get that, and I was like, yeah, but what the other side is, what you don't get, what you're looking for, you want to be loved consistently, the stability. Something's got to give in life.
Yeah.
You can't have it all. If you want the excitement and of a new fresh partners all the time, be there. And if you want that, it depends what you're looking for. Because my answer to her was like, look, I decided what do I want from my life. I want stability, consistency, continuity, peace. So the fact that I'm never gonna have another romantic first date again, I have to be okay with that, knowing that I'm actually getting what I want. Obviously, we're all humans, and like you were saying, we've talked about it before. Like your wife might go to work and they might compliment her the same words because it came from a new person. It's very human to be like, oh, that's felt.
That used to annoy me for a while, actually.
Why?
I feel like one of my not toxic, one of my bad traits, bad for me, is that I want to be able to provide everything, and I don't like the fact that this nigga can make you feel something that not that I can't make you feel, but it's just that how come he said it and somebody that is supposed to not mean anything to you, it means more coming from him than I'm supposed to be in love with you. Why?
How did you get to peace with him? Because he said he used to annoy you. Because
it's a stupid thing to beef with. It's a stupid thing to beef about. Like, once again, everything is different. Everybody's different. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's one of those situations where it's kind of like I always say, somebody walks past that Eiffel Tower every day, but there's millions of people that come there
and just
to see it.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Whereas like we walk past, like even when we see, like when I used to work in as a street fundraiser for Concern, like during summertime you're just seeing a bunch of tourists and everything, and people always say, why would you come to Ireland? But the thing is, like, there's things here that you walk past every day. Like the Spire is stupid to us. Yeah. But somebody's walking by like, wow, that's crazy that they have that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I went to Budding Factory, I even asked like Simi, I was saying, have you ever actually went to a pub in Tampa Bar? All of us were like, no, actually. I've actually never went into a pub in Tampa Bar, but like a lot of tourists come here and they're going to a pub, the Tampa Bar pub in Tampa Bar, whereas we just look at it as like...
Yeah, because also like just being on holiday and like, I remember one of the first times, because like I didn't really travel a lot when I was young, kind of situation. My mom was always busy and stuff like that. So when I first went on holidays with like my friends and shit like that, and we went to Barcelona, and I'm just like, I'm on holiday right now, yeah, wearing shorts, wearing all of this, like, you know, holiday vibes. But this guy's walking by in a suit. Yeah. It's a Tuesday for him.
It's It's actually mad especially when you go to like cities like Amsterdam where people are, this is London or whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go see Piccadilly Circus or whatever. And they're here like, yep, going to work, I was like, that's but yeah, but I think,
so it's just one of those situations where it's like, it's not that my compliments mean less, it just means that you're just used to them.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think it's also accepting like you can't be somebody's everything and provide everything for them anyways. Even just from a mental and emotional standpoint, people are gonna provide different things to different people. Yeah, where your capability stops, like there's certain vibes I can't provide. Like a girl's night out, I can provide that vibe as much as I'd want to. There's nothing I can do.
Do you really want to do?
Exactly. I don't even want to. So you just have to accept, like, that's why it's good to even have a different group of friends. Because like even from one group of friends, I might not get the football banter or the MMA banter. Like my group of friends don't really like that. But then I have like Cittg, and he likes MMA. So I get to kind of like exercise that muscle. Like, I'll talk to Cittg about this. And they have F1 friends and different type of groups. You can be like, okay, one circle can give me everything that I desire.
To be fair, I actually don't know where that feeling of wanting to be almost not your everything, because I still like it sounds really controlling, but it's not that because I still want you to have everything that you want outside of me. I still want you to have your friends outside of me, all that kind of shit. I don't know. I think it was more an ego thing of like, I don't want that person to be able to be like, oh, they did that, and you know how niggas are as well. Like, let's say like some niggas is like, they sent this girl 2 messages, all of a sudden now they're talking. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, let's say it's
she said thank you to be polite.
Do you get what I'm saying? You put fucking love eyes and she double tags and said thank you. Now all of a sudden you're chatting to her.
You're chatting to her.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I don't know where it came from, but after a while, it took me a while, and I just kind of like it's not healthy.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Then you start running yourself ragged, doing things that you didn't really want to do, but you're just doing it, and it's easy to be manipulated in that situation.
My thing was my flaw in that was the comparison to maybe previous partners. That like I felt like if you went, for example, Barcelona with him, we should be able to go to Barcelona too, because why is he? Because she might have done something when she was 18 that she doesn't want to do anymore when she's 25. Like people grow and they change. Now I'm looking at it as like, well, you were willing to give him that, but you're not willing to give me. Does that mean you don't like me as much as you liked him?
Oh, that was a big one.
Do you know that ones? It's like, so, but it's also then growing up and understanding like, no, people evolved.
Yeah.
It's like, I was on this when I was like, I was on go now when I was 18, 19. I was doing whatever. But at 25, I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But someone might look at me like, yeah, but you were going out and doing this with that person, but you're not doing it with me. It's like, yeah, no, I'm just not at that stage.
I'm not that person anymore.
I'm not at that stage. But obviously being young and having ego, you're thinking it's like, nah, man, you just don't like me as much as that person. That's why you don't want to do this.
Or you ask her what's her best first day, and she's saying, oh, we just had this spontaneous time and it was so this and it was so this. And you're looking like, rah, am I not spontaneous?
Now you have to do something spontaneous and you're thinking,
now you're saying, fuck it, let's fly France tomorrow. or you try that shit. I'm picking you up 8 o'clock, but I have something planned tonight.
You just said, do you know I'm working till 9?
Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, I'm working tomorrow. Miss me with your bullshit.
I'm working till 9. I think I did that before. I was actually with me. I was like, yeah, I'm picking you up. Ironers. We're gonna go to some Asian place he's cooking in front of you. I had this spontaneous thing, but at the time she's like, I'm actually working till this time. All right, move it then.
It doesn't slap the same anymore.
Now we have to schedule it. Sounds
Do you get what I'm
spontaneous.
saying? What's the schedule? What's got actually? Speaking of shit that I don't fucking understand, have you seen that Karen's Diner thing?
Oh,
they're in Dublin now. It's a
I've
restaurant
heard of
where they go and they be rude to you.
Yes, Emilia was.
What the fuck? I don't understand this. Why am I paying for someone to be rude to me?
I don't. And I saw a TikTok of actually Tam's sister. She went viral and she was dancing.
I saw she.
I was like, I don't understand. There's some guy that goes around selling spuds on a fucking food truck. That's like 5 million followers on TikTok. They just sell spuds and beans, and people queue up for 2 hours to get it.
I can understand that.
I don't.
No, I can understand that because it's something you're getting. You're getting this.
Yeah.
The whole thing is of going out and having a good time and shit is like that, you know.
It's customer service.
Customer service. They're chatting to you, you know, even flirt with me a little bit, make me feel like I'm leng today. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm going here to make this person for someone to tell me fuck you.
Do you think people have insult kinks?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like there's a. I feel like the reason why it's gotten so big is because just viral moments. Yeah. But the thing is, like, can you build a business off virality? Because after a while, it dies down.
That's what I was saying. It's like, it's what do you do with it once you get the virality? It's like with anything. And like a lot of people have viral moments, and then do they build from that viral moment? And it just dies down. Like a good example, maybe be Godi. He had stuck it in and was gone, and then now he has If I Speak and he's doing live shows. So he actually did build off his virality. But a lot of people, they're happy enough just to go viral.
Yeah, no, but when I say can you build a business off virality, it means what's called with Dongo is different because Dongo's Dongo. That's you just caught him at a very specific moment. Whereas what's called the very first time we see this diner of the waitresses are being rude. Oh my god, I want to try it. You try it once. Cool. Do you go again?
Come back again?
How many times can we have? Can you build a business off that? That's what I'm kind of like. It seems like they've expanded a lot, and especially like I see things as when you come to Ireland, you really reach the corners.
Yeah.
Like obviously within like the first world countries and shit like that, you really reach the corners of the earth. So how the fuck did you?
Yes, I think you can, because an example I would give is Starbucks. the virality thing they started. If the product and the content is actually good that you're selling, you can, because Starbucks, what they made, everybody took pictures of with their names on there, and it went everywhere and it went viral. So people went to Starbucks. Oh, I want my name on a cup. And then once you have the first one, you're like, oh shit, this is actually nice. I'm coming back. Now you're not coming back for the cup name anymore. You're actually coming back for the coffee. So you might have that moment of virality saying, I'm going there for that. And then you get to, you'll be like, this is actually a good time. And then you start coming back. That's probably the only way.
Is that different? Is that different because of, okay, it's going to sound stupid because it's all marketing. But with that, it's still like, you can make that a staple of when I go to the airport, I want to show a picture of my name on it, a cup of my name on it. Every day is part of the lifestyle. I want to show that I'm part of the lifestyle, so I do this every day. Do you get what I'm saying? You get that interaction every single day.
But if Starbucks was shit restaurant, what I'm saying, if Starbucks was shit coffee, if the product itself wasn't good, I don't think it goes farther than that, because it's like. As well as like, there's been a lot of brands that they have that moment, and then you actually try them like, it was okay, like it was that good, and they stopped there. So if the product itself, like Starbucks for example, Starbucks coffee is alright. It's not that much different, but it's good.
Yeah, it's
so
decent.
If you go to that place and the product when you're there actually slaps whatever the food or whatever, so maybe I actually like the food here. I'll take my mom here, and then your mom will take different people because. Then you've built a brand. But I think it goes back to the product. The product has to be good.
I can't take my one day. She might bang somebody.
Or you can be like, I went with the boys. Next time I'm taking my girl. But I think it comes back to, is your product good?
Yeah, because
that's the only way.
It just feels, to me, it just feels a bit gimmicky. And with gimmicks, what I've always seen is gimmicks run out. After gimmicks run out, because at the end of the day, first of all, the location they have in Dublin is not anywhere you're doing birthday dinners or anything anyway. It's just the location wise. But it just feels like, how many times could we go with this gimmick?
But the name in the cup gimmick stopped. Like, we don't do it anymore. But obviously, maybe Starbucks is different. But those people probably still... There's people that probably started with because of the gimmick and kept going despite the gimmick stopping.
Yeah, but I think I hold Starbucks in a different capacity
compared
because
to a new one.
First of all, what they're selling is very, very watered down drugs. And then also because they had if you have a viral moment for 3 months, and this person does this thing 15 times over the 16 times over the 3 month period, it just becomes routine. It doesn't even matter anymore. And then also on top of that, you make it as accessible as possible to everybody. Like you're getting them more of a habit now.
Another one is Nando's. When Nando's came around 2013 and 2012. But that's if the product at the end of the day, Nando's slap.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it was like, oh, you have your chicken. How you ordering chicken? If you're going to Nando's, you're not eating half chicken.
What's your Nando's order?
Yeah. But and then you go to Nando's and the product is actually good. You're like, oh, now that people don't hype Nando's like when Nando's came out 2013 college days.
I remember that. And when I finally had it, I was like. I remember with the orange rice that they have wraps. It looks like jollof. I was like,
and then you actually went, but that's what it literally just comes down to. At the end of the day, when the gimmick stops, if your product slaps, because right now, if we were to meet up, I think when we went out with Dave to organize who's the main character, we wanted to go Nando's. Didn't have chicken.
And we left as we should have.
We said no chicken.
What's the point of you being open? Nando's being open if you don't have chicken.
Yeah, so I think it has to go back to the product because a lot of gimmicks get people in the door.
Yeah,
and like clips, it gets people in the door. What keeps people in the door is the product. Like at the end of the day, that's what I think. Anyways,
yeah, that's fair enough. Like I guess so. It's one of those situations where I think it's because the gimmick that's being sold isn't a pleasurable one, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Like no. Once again, like you said, some people got some humiliation kinks. Some Joe talked down to me.
What kind of mad fucker said, "I'm gonna exploit humiliation kinks"? Who in the marketing speech says humiliation kinks? People are into that. Let's exploit it.
Sex is a very profitable business,
and there is and people like it. Speaking of this, I was watching Shits and Gigs here. Why don't we shame women as much as we shame men for having sex toys?
Because male sex toys, they come across creepy.
I completely agree. And that's what James the Fool was saying. Because the dilemma was that a girl was staying at the guy's house. He says, you stay over, I'm going to the post office, get something, I'm coming back. So she went around looking at his apartment just to see what he has. She saw a sex doll in the corner. And then James the Fool and then she's like, oh, he's a sex monster. Then James the Fool was saying like, that's crazy. Because if I was looking through a girl's house and I saw like an octopus vibrator, why am I turned on?
Also, you know what it is as well, yeah?
But for us, it's creepy.
But you know what it is as well, yeah? guys look at certain things like, okay, it's the same. I feel like it's the same reason we look at dildos in the closet and all that kind of shit is the same way we look at girls kissing girls or girls. It's not cheating if she did it with a girl. We're just horny. Like niggas see that. Niggas see that and just think, oh, she's on madness, and then they get excited.
I agree.
And then, but on the flip side, fam, actually this is like, you're too horny.
They'll see that's like, what's it gonna do to me?
Do you have,
we always can match the energy.
Bro, you're putting your dick in a flashlight.
Because I was deep in it. What they were saying on the pod, because she like started leaving him on some sex monster. And obviously the James of Fuhad were like, that's crazy that like he has one sex toy and all of a sudden he's the sex monster.
Okay, you know, if you want me to be completely transparent with you, yeah, I don't own any male sex toys, yeah.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I've only ever spent my money on female sex toys, but I don't own any male sex toys, yeah. And one of the reasons is because I already know I'm an extremist.
Yeah.
I go 0 to 100, and I would not feel comfortable knowing that I've got a torso in my wardrobe at home. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror and see that. Yeah, I'm the guy that has a Booty Master 3000 in my wardrobe. Also, saying that I would never leave a girl in my house if I know that's what, because girls like to snoop.
But you know, sometimes you get complacent. Like, say she's been around, like you've never left her alone, and it's like her 4th, 5th time over. You think like, she's been around, like I'm just gonna pop up. You might not remember exactly what's in your house all the time.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, I'm leaving her around, she's not gonna snoop. Because I remember Kevin Hart even has a skit where he's like, he was going on tour and his wife gave him a sex toy so he doesn't get off the madness. And he's like, I'm not gonna use that sex toy. He says by day 3 he cut himself backing it up with the sex toy. And the image is just like, that looks creepy. But the image of a girl using the vibrator, it's not as creepy.
Because you're horny. Because niggas are horny. That's like the thing is, yeah, like we will see some mad shit, yeah, and we'd ignore it just because we're horny. Or if you feel like, rah, this means that she's on madness, niggas just start thinking with their dick.
We always think we can match their sexual like levels. So, oh, this is what she's on, I can be on that too. Whereas I don't know if they think that, if they look at that and think like, nah, I can't be on this.
No, you know what it is, yeah? I feel like every nigga thinks they're the pinnacle of fucking.
I hear it.
Every guy thinks they're the pinnacle. Like, and that's why it's like when they see, oh yeah, I'd love to get with a girl that has like a sex addict. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Trust me. No, you don't. Fam. When you just went 2 rounds, she's looking at you from around there, and you're looking like.
So it's like, we have work tomorrow.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I just go home, we just beat. Twice.
After a day's work, being stuck in traffic.
Do you get what I'm
just
saying?
want to sit here and watch the Champions League.
And then like halftime putting on me. For the most part, when I've spoken to some girls that like have very high sex drives, niggas can't keep up.
Yeah. And even with this, like, the sex an addiction isn't a positive thing. Because I know people think of like, oh, she's gonna be on it all the time. But you're not thinking like, this is an extreme. Like, any extreme is never good.
And you know what
any
it
extreme is never
it's
good.
because like guys think that we're on it all of the time.
Yeah.
But you realize you might be on it, let's say, a couple times a day, but having to actually do it all the time, long. It's
actually, your body just tells you, and your body tells you, I can't. Like, even if you're like, you do it twice and your body's like, this is it.
You know, sometimes you're just like, I'm playing the game, or I'm just not in the mood for it right now. Like right now, I'm tired. You've pissed me off. We just fought, and you, bro, miss me all that.
But yeah, one thing I want to ask you, because obviously I was watching the Super Bowl, Go Chiefs. Usher performed. Do you think like we're running? I think you even said it. Who can they get now that's a superstar? Maybe Drake, because I was going through the list.
Have to be Drake.
I was like, Drake and Taylor Swift are probably the only two. Like, Taylor Swift, I know not in our circle she's a superstar, but she's a superstar.
No, I will never, ever try and say she's not. I might not rate her.
Yeah. Because after Usher did it, I was like saying, oh yeah, 50 Cent did it recently, Eminem has done it, The Weeknd. I was like, what superstar actually exists now that hasn't done it yet? Beyonce's done it, Rihanna's done it. And to your point, we don't have superstars anymore because fame isn't what it used to be.
I feel like we do still have superstars. Like, we still do have superstars, just not to the level of what it
Beyonce.
is. And also, you know what, yeah? I actually, because I'm thinking about it now, right? Seeing all of the, like, I was on TikTok and I was like, oh, what's the top 10 sporting events in the world, whatever. Obviously, they're asking Americans, bare Americans are saying Super Bowl. It's big, but it's not as big as we think it is.
No. It's big in America. That's like the national
So
holiday.
it's kind of like there should be people of a lower status that should be allowed to do it as well. Not that should allowed, but do you know what I'm saying?
That can
like
do it.
it doesn't have to be. Kanye would body one. He would never do it.
He would never.
But Kanye would body one.
Chris Brown would kill it.
Oh,
he can
stop.
never do it, but his
But
performance
he would shell
be
that shit
sick.
down.
But it's
Yeah.
just like obviously with the like what we talked about the couple of weeks ago. It's like with the Rihanna situation, he's never gonna.
You know what? Low key, DJ Khaled and Friends.
That's a shout.
That and
That
I feel like
actually is a shout.
I feel like that would be the best one as well because we would go for actually maybe not Khaled. Once again, another one that Jermaine Dupri and Friends.
Jermaine, he came out for Usher as well, didn't he? Yeah.
But
yeah,
if we
yeah.
did all the music that he produced and all that kind of shit,
I actually like that angle. You can do producers and friends. Like even if you do like Timbaland and Friends, like that's a good angle to actually kind of do. Because some of the musicians I know, Drake and Taylor, I was thinking about it yesterday. They're probably the highest profile musicians that haven't done it yet. Like The Weeknd has done it, Rihanna, Beyonce, like they've all done it. So I was thinking maybe Drake and Taylor Swift. But after that, I was like, who is really gonna be on that stage that people are gonna be invested in? I know what you're saying. It doesn't need to be. It's the Super Bowl. You don't. But like if it's Camila Cabella, nobody. We don't care.
like to be honest,
we don't
the
care,
person
man.
that probably, if we were to do it in terms of hype and everything, the person that will probably do it, but is not, can't do it because not that he doesn't speak English, but his main audience isn't English.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah. I said this to Simi as well. I was like, yeah, Bad Bunny could do it, but Middle America would be like, because you have to cater to all of that
All of
fucking
the people
Tennessee and Nashville
And also,
Mississippi.
your music can't be too either way because it has to. It's not that the Super Bowl is raceless, but it's a lot of cultures, and you need like a lot of people there. Like it's going to be like, let's say Middle America white people, but then there's going to be all the artists, but then there's going to be people that are part of the culture. But you have such a blend of people that we need to give you the music that kind of everybody knows. That's why I was kind of not shocked by. Not shocked. I was kind of surprised by Usher's setlist choice.
Okay, what you mean?
I wasn't expecting some of the songs that I heard. Like I was expecting Somebody to Love.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Okay, yes,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wasn't really expecting like my boo and stuff like. I knew was coming up because it's the international. Do you get what I'm saying?
Even Lil Jon being there.
But I was expecting them to lean more towards those mainstream bangers. Not to say my boo and stuff like that aren't mainstream bangers.
I get what you're saying. The one that cross over a bit better.
Yeah.
Like a bit more. Yeah, exactly your point. Because I know one year they did Coldplay, and I'm like, Coldplay crosses over in America perfectly. And to another point, I was like the Atlanta scene, they'd be too niggerish to do it. Like Migos can't do it.
Do
you know what I mean? Future.
Because Future can't do it. Like, because with Drake is giving us God's plan.
Yeah.
No, everybody knows.
Yeah. No, Drake to do it, but Future was like,
fake love.
yeah.
Not fake love. What's that? Hotline Bling.
Yeah, and then just hold on, I'm going home.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
Hold on, I'm going home.
Like Drake would very much lean towards that. He's not coming on and giving us.
Started from the bottom. He might actually come out to start it from the bottom.
Yeah, no, he can come out to that. Do you get what I'm saying? But
he's
he's not giving us what's called Lord Knows Drake.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's certain
demographic and certain
do you know what I'm
rooms
saying?
you play.
That's why even to a certain degree, I don't know if Wayne could do it.
Yeah, I don't think Wayne can do it either. I think Wayne has to be part of a set. Like, you know how Dr. Dre and all of them, they kind of have to. Like, Wayne can't do it himself because people will be like, I don't know how big he is in America because that run was iconic.
What's called? Nah, he's got a couple. Like he's got the likes of Lollipop.
Yeah.
He's got what's called the one with Bruno Mars. Everybody trying to break your heart.
Yeah.
How to Love. Yeah,
How to Love.
But I feel like you have to lean more towards that because you're not coming on straight up at the play. Do you get what I'm
with
saying?
your voice as well. I remember when the Skrillers were rapping back then, everybody was doing the Wayne voice. Everybody had to rap like Wayne.
Wayne is one of the most influential rappers. Hands
100%.
down, full stop.
But because obviously with the Super Bowl, I was like, I don't know who I would think because I thought about the Atlanta scene because over the last decade they've had stars like Future, massive star. Like, he's not gonna be able to do it. And now they're saying in America the number one genre right now again is country. It's coming back around.
Right, Beyonce really at the head of the pack.
Yeah, and Russ, I was on Flagrant, and Russ said what happened is we've heard all the stories through hip hop, the gangsters, the fashion boys, the lover boy and Drake, the guy that's like, I'm trying to break the mold, and Kanye. We've heard all the that's why Sexy, to his point, like, that's why Sexy Red is big. because she was the first authentic rapper of that mold. Even fucking Cardi B, she was a stripper. Now you're hearing the black experience from a stripper. You've heard the black experience from a gangster. You've heard the black experience from. So hip hop has kind of hit a point where we've heard most of the stories in a way from the black experience, whereas the people that did country music, they weren't really digital at the time. Now we're hearing the younger country music come into the Spotify era. So it's resurgent again. I was like, oh, that's a cool way, a little cyclical way of seeing hip hop. Yeah,
that's how it goes. Hopefully,
hip hop will come back again. But do you know who should do the thing? I think Burna Boy could do the.
Burna Boy shut it down.
I think he could because
once again,
like last really. I don't know how much it crossed over in America. He was still in MSG.
Yeah, but still,
I don't know how much.
But still, he's still only crossover with.
Yeah,
the blacks.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And maybe like a couple people here and there. Yeah. Like fucking John, that has been a Kansas City's Chiefs fan since he was fucking 15.
In fucking Missouri.
Do you get what I'm saying? He doesn't know nothing about last.
He doesn't know anything. But I think it has to be Taylor or Drake.
Okay, but if we remove their choice of music, who do you feel feels comfortable on that massive arena stage?
If we had to be completely just talk about the music, Chris Brown.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had to pick one person for that performance on that stage, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Like I know people think I was slandering him last time, but I understand as like, especially when I see some of the performances, like even Usher's one, I'm like, Chris Brown's a better on stage performer. I'm like, he would.
Is he the best behind Beyonce?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he better than Beyonce? Obviously, you haven't seen Beyonce live, but like
from the clips I've seen, I think Beyonce does more with less.
Yeah,
talent and them. So I think she matches it with effort because she'll have like marching bands and everything. So the performance will grind
and
to
she puts in that effort.
Exactly. Yeah, whereas Chris Brown, it looks so natural. You know, it's just like yo, I'm just spinning here. I'm just doing. But who would you pick if you just think about the music and the catalog and put them on that stage?
Oh, that's tough. Because a part of me would like to pick an Afrobeats artist, but I don't feel like. I feel like when it comes to Afrobeat artists and performing. Burna's pinnacle. From the ones that I know, anyways, because there might be someone from Ivory Coast or someone from that is cold, but from the ones that I know, Burna's the pinnacle. Anybody I would say would probably just be a bait choice that is just obvious. Yeah,
because obviously I've talked about the futures and all that, but I don't think their type of music suits a Super Bowl performance. Like Jay-Z hasn't done it. But I don't know if his type of music suits.
It's Kanye.
Kanye will kill it as well.
Kanye and also, if you let Kanye produce it as well, the only problem is the halftime might be more than halftime.
yeah. I think that's another thing. We're such like, he'd be like, no, I need to do it this way. And even speaking of,
because if he decides to bring out the choir and everything,
the march man, and even give North her 5 minutes to sing that.
Hey. Does North have the best verse out of Celebrity Kids?
The Celebrity Kids? Yes.
Because Adonis's one was what's called? Blue Ivy got a Grammy though.
Yeah. And this is Jay-Z's Grammy speech actually.
Yeah, actually I wanted to speak about that a while ago.
Yeah, so did I. It was on my list, we never got to it. People were gave like, obviously he made points and Taylor won Album of the Year again, but he made points like, how is this person with the most Grammys that she never won Album of the Year? And they're saying, why is he taking away from Taylor in that moment? But there's some people are saying, but like the difference is he's not taking away from Taylor's moment. He's using his moment to express himself.
But the thing is, I don't even think he's like, from how I took it anyways, I'm not even saying that he said that she had to win it this year.
Yeah.
He's just saying out of all of the years and having the most amount of Grammys, how has she not won Album of the Year? I'm not saying that. It's different when Kanye runs on stage and was like, because even if Jay didn't run on stage and did it during his speech and it's like, Beyonce should have won this, blah, blah. That's taken away from Taylor's moral. Yeah. Whereas like, how has she never won it? It's different. That's how I saw it anyways.
Yeah, no, that's how I saw it too. And I agree with the point is like, if it's my moment for my award, I can say what I want. Like, fuck your feelings. Like at that stage. Yeah. Like, not literally, but like.
Yeah, fuck your feelings.
Yeah, if I'm expressing myself and you think it's about you, charge it. I'm talking about, I'm putting my wife up. I'm saying like, this is the most decorated Grammy Award winner. And you guys have never given her D1, and I think Lemonade and I think Deserved one I heard, and she last one to Beck or something, some country music guy. So yeah, I don't know.
No, but you know, it really do be like that, and I think it's weird being at a award show sometimes. Once again, like even when they were clapping at everything, you said y'all don't got to clap to everything I say.
Yeah,
and it's just like
it's just smooth though. Like he speaks like he raps.
Yeah.
It's just so clean.
But he also raps like he speaks.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, my guy will go into a 16, say a couple of bars, and we're in another 16.
Yeah.
How?
He just said, my wife Beyonce, I brag different. I said, did you rap that? Did you say that? Did you rap that?
But yeah, I don't know, man. I do feel like, I do hear what you're saying about Beyonce does a lot with less. Because once again, if we're talking about, I don't think Beyonce is the best dancer.
Yeah.
She's great at choreography, but I don't think she's a good, like,
that's a good point.
I would say, if I put Ciara and Beyonce in the room and I just throw on a beat and tell them to dance, Ciara's smoking her.
Yeah.
But Beyonce is, once again, and like, I do feel like there's certain people out there that when it comes time to turn it on,
game time.
that's just what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be the best at anything at all. But once it's time to entertain, I'm the best at entertaining.
I think I was saying that to you, like, more. So I was saying, like, when it comes time to, like, obviously Adele's probably a better singer, like, just to singing. But when it comes time to put it all together, like the ability to sing, to even rap, to dance, to perform, that's what sets Beyonce, like, apart. Whereas I like Adele because she's a specialist and she knows she's a specialist and she specializes. And being a specialist in that has actually got her to be where she is. Whereas if she tried to be like, I can do a few different things, it might have been like, nah, just do what you're good at.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up one last thing before. I think I forgot it. I messed my mind.
Come on, just shout out for the
Abs HR. He came back and he sponsored, gave the boys who was on the episode last week. You man saw him, so he's
what I was gonna say as well is we're now on our page. make sure you like, share, subscribe, and please, we're trying to reach 500. The goal for this year, you know what? Not even this year. The goal. When are we gonna put it? September. 500 subs by September.
Birthday. My birthday's at the end of September, so we want to reach
500
subs.
Jordan's birthday gift.
Yep.
500 subs. That's our goal.
Yep.
That's our goal. Help us push it. We're officially on the road to 500.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Like, share, subscribe. Also, we're still looking for people to help with productions and stuff like that, like setting up cameras, getting the best out of our footage. We want to make everything go up a level. Like you've seen, it's not just HD anymore. It's 4K now. You get?
I think they've said it to me. It's like no point of being consistent if there's not going to be growth.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So I hear that.
So like we just want to get step everything up to a better level. Like me and Jordan, we know we're not the best with the technical sometimes. So you know what? Let's bring in people that are better than us at it. And yeah, so if you know anybody that is in uni or they just have some free time and this is something that they're actually interested and serious in doing, look, like we say all the time now, it's not about your education as much anymore. It's now about your experience, and we're a legitimate business.
Yep.
We're not a joke here. We pay big money to come and do this, to come and talk about dicks on mics.
Yep.
And brands would looking at us as well. Like,
they want everything crisp from the beginning.
Do you get what I'm saying? But anyways, all jokes aside, like we really are looking to expand the team and stuff like that. And is there anything else we need to push?
No, I think that's it. We need to push it. Soon we'll be coming with dates for events and shows and everything. Just
just relax. It's coming. It's coming.
Cool down. It'll pull up soon. But I think that's. Oh, I was gonna say, are you ever on the internet and you see the hate that Taylor gets for supporting her man?
Yes, but I don't think it's because she's supporting her man. I think it's because the NFL are putting it in your face so much, and
they have to.
No, they have to. But I think that's why. That's why, because when you're overcovered like that, and we don't feel like you deserve to be overcovered like that, it looks like.
Let me ask you this, because my timeline is a certain demographic, in general.
So is mine.
Yeah.
I hope it's the same one.
It's the same demographic.
Okay, yeah.
If it was, let's say, Rihanna getting this much of attention from the NFL, do you think that demographic would still be annoyed?
No. Because now it's couple goals.
Because when Travis Kelce was going out with a black girl, everybody loved him. Everybody loved that she was there. But at the same time, because when Rihanna was at the 2014 World Cup, everybody loved her. She was in every camera, every shot. And FIFA have to do that. Whatever, if we have a big name attached to your brand, you have to milk it for PR. And they're doing the same with Taylor. So I look at it as like,
this is the thing, yeah. If someone that popping shows up to one of our events, we're bringing them on stage. I would take pictures. Everything for sure. Like it's happening.
So I watch it and I see like she gets slandered, which I get it. You're watching a football game and they keep panning to her and you're like, oh, she's not even that great. Even though she does stadium tour, she's the highest selling artist of the year. Whatever. Because it's not in your face, because that's not what we see. We don't see the sweet Swifties.
Yeah.
So we don't know anything about it. We're just looking at her as like some common Oimbo woman. It's like, Why is everybody guessing this?
Yeah, no. She is different gravy. Like she's like
I didn't even know until like the end of until the start of this year.
I
was like, what?
Really, you didn't know?
No, I was listening to Brilliant and they were giving the facts and the stats, and I was like, oh, she's this big.
Taylor Swift
She's
is
big.
massive,
I didn't
brother.
know, man.
Taylor Swift, like, because at the end of the day, that's a big demographic that she goes out to.
Yeah.
And the only reason anybody's even close to touching her is like, I think it just goes back to once again, and I feel like this is something that's constantly been said to black people.
Yeah.
That probably hasn't been said to our counterparts of we've got to be twice as great to go to the same distance. Like I remember Chris Rock had a joke about it. The people that when he moved into where he was living, it was him, Mary J. Blige, and someone else, maybe Serena Williams or something, and his neighbor is a dentist.
Yeah.
Like whether you think she's not more talented or whatever, you cannot deny how massive that woman is.
Yeah, no, like obviously when she was doing her stadium tour, what happened is she was doing a stadium tour was coinciding with the same time Beyonce was on tour. And they were giving, like, obviously Schultz was saying that like she's a big best-selling artist, blah, 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 and to rile up the room because he's in a black room.
Yeah.
And they're looking up the facts and they're saying, yeah, like at the moment it was Beyonce, but they say when Taylor hands in the number, Taylor was surpassed. You couldn't have convinced me that there's a bigger selling artist than Beyonce. I don't know, because that's what I see.
But that's your echo chamber at the end of the day. Because like even what's called, it's well known. Maybe because I've used to listen to Joe Budden and like more music stuff. Artists move, if there's certain artists coming out, you move your date. And Drake goes, Taylor's the only person that's making him move his date. I feel like Taylor and Beyonce are the only two people moving his date. If Drake drops, Drake is one of those artists. If Drake is dropping, move your date to the next week because you're not winning anything.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is making him move.
Kanye, I think Jay-Z, there's a funny story that when he saw, obviously he's from New York, 50's from New York. He said, when 50 heard 50's coming through the grapevine, he says, everybody hold your stuff. Everybody cool down, wait for this to pass, and then reassert yourself again.
Because back then as well, people, like nowadays, we have, the only thing that's limited is our time.
Yeah.
But back then, it was money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't have $40 to go buy everybody's album that came out.
Yeah.
10 people's albums came out this week, bruv. I have this little $12 or €12.
I have to pick between Kanye's and 50 cents.
Do you get what I'm saying?
15 years old in school. I don't have the time to buy both of the Kanye and 50s. I'm picking Kanye's that day.
Yeah.
But now, because obviously I was looking, every time I see Taylor Swift come up on the NFL, I just see like, I was like, bruv, if anybody that famous is attached to your brand, you have to milk it. But then I was deep and I was like, is this because and the thing about Taylor, she just looks ordinary. She's an ordinary looking
she's a regular housewife girl.
So you're just like, it's not great about this.
Like,
yeah,
you know what? If she aesthetically looked nicer, is this conversation?
Maybe not.
I don't think it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That doesn't help her brand. Maybe that help her brand because she's
do you think once again we're removing her talent or whatever she does? Is it just because, like you said, why is this basic white girl getting all this?
And that's it, because we don't. I would assume the demographic that I follow probably don't listen to her close and intently. Obviously, we've all heard bad blood. There's common ones that
we have.
Because we got bad blood.
I don't know.
Oh man, it used to be on the radio all the time because I used to work in the kitchen. So it used to like Kendrick jumped on the remix for her. I think that's why I probably know it again.
Of course.
So because we don't know the art and the product, back to your earlier point, we don't know how good the product is. So we're just looking at some basic, looking at Mundele getting all this airtime when I'm trying to watch the Super Bowl. I'm like, get her off my TV.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But the
you
NFL
are
like,
a banger that I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, because when the 2014 World Cup was happening, Rihanna was on my screen every 5 minutes. She was there, but at the same time, like the people were putting up pictures of Rihanna. She celebrated with the Germany team. She was flying with Jerome Boateng, and I said, "Oh, Rihanna, she's so cool." It's just 10 years later, and I'm watching it again. I'm like, nah, man.
No, but you know what it is as well. Like football isn't like Americans. Their sports are catered to
entertainment.
Yeah. It's less about the sport, more about the entertainment. Like what's called, like the thing is, if there was superstars in the building at a sports match, you get a little clip of them, like you pan to them once, twice. But whereas when they're courtside, you're fit. It's like it's not even a thing of like, you won't see a lot of women that don't enjoy football at football games. Yeah. But
at an NBA game, you would see bare Insta, like you see.
Bro, I'm seeing Young Miami, I'm seeing La O, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. And I'm seeing, like,
I went to MSG
regularly.
They brought Jake Paul came out at halftime. Fat Joe was in the building. They started shooting T-shirts to the crowd. I'm like, at football matches, I've gone to Wembley to watch a semi-final. This is semi-final, big game. Halftime, everybody go get your drink, come back, watch ball again.
And what's good, like for the most part, they might have like cheerleaders or like kids training or like crossbar challenges and stuff like that. And like I can't even remember, I was listening to a podcast, I can't remember what it was, and it's like They were in America. All right, it was some podcast I did shot. They were in America, and it was one of them situations where they went to one of the MLB games, the baseball games, and it was like, it is not really about the game.
Yeah.
It's more like a huge hangout. Everybody's hanging out, chilling, vibes in. Oh shit, you hit something. Yeah. We look for a second and then we go right back to vibing.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like you're there for way longer, but it's just
Nate, when he lived in Chicago,
party.
he said that. He said when he lived in Chicago for his J1 and he went to a baseball game. So baseball game takes like 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours, but they probably play for like an hour. They're just there like hanging out, drinking, hot dogs. So I get it. But obviously the Taylor thing, I was like, yeah, it was funny just to observe on the timeline. But again, sometimes it was mainly from women, but it's like to last week's episode talking about the AFCON, they tap in for a different reason. Whereas I've watched sport for maybe years, I see the new ones. I'm like, I know what you're doing. It's just publicity. It's just publicity.
That's it. At the end of the day, it goes back to everything. At the end of the day, it's a business. Like just because it's things that we enjoy and it's fun and shit like that. This is an event for somebody. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this is something that they are preparing. The same way we prepare for our live show. It's how they're preparing for this event. It's not just
so the NFL brand are preparing for this event and they're going to broadcast it this way. You're like, then as much as the product is the football, but everything attached to this product,
and even goes back to once again their marketing of like saying that we're the biggest sporting event that happened, blah blah, and they're like 8th.
Yeah.
Like
the Cricket World Cup is bigger than them because India and Pakistan have like 1 billion people between them.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like 'cause
I
I was literally watching the video and I was like, oh, top 10 sporting events. For obviously, the first thing they said was Super Bowl. The guy was like, yeah, that's like 8th.
Yeah,
and it's like you don't even come close to the AFCON.
They live in the echo chamber in America, and of 300 million people, and you think that's gonna be number one, but when the football is the biggest sport in the world, like,
but it's the branding as well, like, and then the branding of like everybody shows up, like, bro, apparently a box was 1.5.
There was I saw for 2.5. I was like on TikTok, I was like, what the?
Because what's called this streamer Aiden Ross, whatever, he was saying that he was going and tickets on the halfway line were like what 50 bags.
Jesus.
So then a box is 1.5.
Some people take out loans to go to these, but a Super Bowl in Vegas, I hear that'd be very expensive. It depends on like the city, because if it was one in Missouri, I'm like, fuck this one, let's go to Missouri. But a Super Bowl in Vegas, I'm like,
but to be honest, wherever it goes, it's such a massive, like, just like what's called looking for, when the what's called Euros are going to be in Dublin. Expect madness. Like I told you when I flew to fucking Belgium and the World Cup was in France, and it still affected my flights to France. So speaking of like the Aiden Ross and influencer, did you see Sneeko? He is. I've heard the name. I think I know.
Yeah, he's a streamer as well, and he's fucking sparring a UFC MMA fighter.
Oh, he was sparring Sean Strickland. Yeah, Sean was fucking him up.
I was like, this is. To be fair, I looked at it after a while. I was like, I actually respect it a little bit.
Yeah,
like a little bit to talk shit and just actually back it up.
We never talk about streamers. Did you see what's called Aiden Ross had Playboy Carti on his stream, right?
Yeah.
So he's been doing like a lot of streams. Even he had 2. He had one with 21 Savage, right? And like they bet because these boys are making big money. Big money. So what's called they were gambling and like playing 2K and all this kind of shit, and then they were playing cards and they were betting on cards. I think 21 was down by like maybe like 400K or something like that. And then they were looking at the cards. The cards were marked. Like, so, well, someone from 21's team was cheating and blah, 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 whatever. So that was a whole thing. 21 ended up giving them 250K, whatever. The stream got awkward at the end. Then the next one, he gets Playboy Carti on the stream. This guy gives Playboy Carti $2 million in cash. Jesus. Playboy Carti stayed for about 5 minutes. I was like, barely said anything, just stood there. I was like, yeah, thanks for everyone for coming out. Yeah, I gotta go. I just left. Because
even on that, I saw flipping, what's his name, Kai Cenat. He's at the NBA All-Star game, walking out with Steph, and I'm seeing all these things. Like, it's a corner because it's so new and because we're much older. Because all these people, like, most of them are below 25. So we don't really acknowledge how big it is over there. And a lot of people have tried to like downplay it, especially a lot of real journalists. Obviously, listen to Brilliance. One real journalist was mad that Nicki Minaj went to Kai Cenat's stream instead of doing like a proper journalist interview with him. And the best part, like the thing they said is like, look, the easiest thing sometimes to accept is like these spaces are going to exist whether you like it or not. Just better accept it and be like, yo.
And those.
Do we have any streamers yet?
Do we have any streamers
in the script?
Yeah, we do. We just don't care about them. Sam's a streamer.
Sam's a streamer. I know we've had him on the pod.
And the things like I've been in his stream a couple of times and I genuinely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like it was a good time. What's called hanging out. He was reacting to Irish music and like it was just cool. Like even do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even look at the likes of fucking Speed.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. How's your Ronaldo Nazario's gaff in Brazil?
Do you get what I mean?
I'm like, what? Why are you holding Ronaldo Nazario's Ballon d'Or? Like, what's going on?
Over what? Like
Phooey.
bro, even what's called Aiden and Kai.
Yeah.
Even like to show the levels of money these men are making, Kai bought him two watches, like Richard and like an AP. So he's like, oh cool. So now they're trying to outdo each other. So he flew PJ from Vegas to Atlanta to surprise Kai with Richard Millie and then a car as well. And he's like, next year I've got to buy you a house. That's all I can do. Do you get what I'm saying? But you know what? I do think it's sick though, like actually having friends that you can enjoy things with, get gifts and all that kind of shit. Because as Mandem, we don't really do that shit.
Yeah. And I think right now I'm looking at streaming the same way I looked at YouTubers and podcasts when they first started.
That's literally...
Do you know how it was like weird people walking around vlogging themselves? You know how weird you
that
looked?
was, yeah.
And like, or first time I heard the 3 shots, I'm like, you guys are listening to a conversation on the mic. I was like, what the fuck is this? And 5 years later, I see what it became in terms of like influencers. I was even having this conversation at home. I was like, yeah, the Jake Pauls and the Logan Pauls, they're not first generation of streamers that finally made it to millions. We're just seeing their wealth like now, because 10 years ago it looked ridiculous that you're just filming yourself with a camera. So a part of me kind of sees streamers like that. It's like, what? You're just playing games and you're talking. Like,
But the thing is,
weird.
It's not even about games anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're just like what's called Speed isn't even really in a house anymore. Speed did a whole live show streaming live with a bunch of people there, thousands of people in the room. What's called and like. To be honest, when he's in Brazil now, he's doing it outside. Like it's not even like it's confined to a house or anything. They got cameramen following him around. All
he has a team of people now.
What's good? Except someone said they're just doing iCarly, and I can't unsee it. iCarly was the first streamer, bro.
That's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah. Shout out them though. Obviously, we just know the big ones. It's probably a big community. Like we always say when like Manny came on the pod, there's like a barber community where they make peas that we've probably never even heard of. So apart from Aiden and Kai and Speed, there's probably others that are eating.
There's one that constantly pops up on my TikTok of, I think his name is Neon or something, and he has this new security guard and they go around, they do stupid shit. Like, but yeah, like, bruv, it's a whole place, marketing, brand, like people need to tap into and all that kind of stuff. Right. Anyways, I'm tired.
Me too, I'm tired. I'm gonna go home and get some food. Well, yeah. And if you've listened to us and you made it to the end of the pod and you didn't like anything that we said, well, you can charge.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.